Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Self-Help FAQ, the YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm glad you joined. And this is it. I've made it to 1 year on YouTube. And today I want to give you an honest review of how that went for me. What the takeaways were, what I learned, what I liked and what I didn't like, and what I'm going to do moving forward. I hope you'll stay tuned. So I've always been a huge fan of self-development, self-improvement, self-help, whatever you want to call it. And when I was done with my work life, I decided to start this YouTube channel to help other people who have the same kind of interest or who need help, in different areas of their life. So I started a year ago. Gotta fix the camera a little bit here. I started a year ago with a journal that I wrote called the 3-in-1 Guided Journal Study Guide Activity Workbook. And so my first 4 videos were the first 4 lessons in this book, and the title of which are Doubts in Your Future, Money for Knowledge, Physical Well-Being, Decluttering Your Environment, and it goes on from there. And I have notes in a couple of places, so I might be referring to them as I go along. I don't want to miss anything. So first of all, so my goal was to introduce this general workbook in self-help as guardrails for your life. It helped me navigate my own struggles in life, and I wanted to offer those tools to you as well. And so I started some journal series with this. Another one is productivity. I also wrote a couple of relationship books that people have found to be very helpful in their lives. And so as the year progressed, I treated this business as it is. I researched. What we do is we research hot topics in a field, and then we present these different topics with our own life experiences and some journal questions to think about to work on these things. And I found out what people were struggling with the most. And I found this out through not only watching my views, but also listening to the viewers as they commented. So at first I was looking at trends, but then what I found out after I talked about these different trends, certain trends were not hot with my audience and certain trends were, certain topics. And so I stopped looking at the trends and I started to look at what it was that you wanted, what resonated with you. And some of those were things like boundaries, red flags, moving past being a doormat, things like that. And that's when this channel really found its soul. So looking back on this year, the thing that's had the most impact with me was the kind of impact I had with you. And I got that through viewer comments and sometimes viewer emails to me, and some private conversations too as well. And let me read some of those to you. So in the blue journal, which is what I started with and the one that I just showed you, in the week 1 video for the week 1 topic, a viewer gave me an idea for a future topic. So I found that viewers could help me come up with things that they were actually looking for that maybe I hadn't thought of. And for the week 2 in the blue journal, one of the commenters told me that I helped them make a plan to learn something absolutely new in their life. And that's what week 2 was helping to do. So, and then when I looked at a video which is called something like Raising Your Standards, you can find it in my videos list, one person told me that this was a good reminder on boundaries in relationships. And so I found myself actually going back to that video at least 3 times already to remind myself what it was I talked about, and to create more boundaries for myself even. And a second person thanked me for encouraging the words on friends that don't nurture a relationship anymore, Lots of us have friends we've had for a long time, and they no longer have any, they don't serve us, they don't pay any attention. Not always their fault, but it could be life is taking over and they just don't have time. But sometimes they do have time and they just stop being a real friend. And so that video, Raising Your Standards, is good for that. And then another another video that stood out was one called Why Smart People Stay Too Long in Bad Relationships. And so one of my viewers asked for a clarification on this video, and they found that my reply was very encouraging and helpful. So these are the things that really stand out to me and help me stay on the right path to help my subscribers and viewers. But now I want to be really honest about the things that I liked and didn't like about this year. First of all, things that I liked were, like I had said, the challenges. I disliked the slow growth that it takes to make a channel successful. And so, self-improvement is a broad niche. There are many things that I could talk about. But when you talk about everything, you basically get almost no one's attention. So I know that I have to drill down to a specific topic that attracts more people. Now, I'm very appreciative of the 37 subscribers I have now, and they've been guiding me which ways to go. And through them, I actually have narrowed down that they are very interested in relationships and what to do when you're in a challenge in a relationship. So I'm thinking that I'm probably going to be narrowing down my niche to that. But there's a lot we can talk about in relationships, so I will give that some thought. And so narrowing my focus is very important. But more importantly, now I've been very frustrated by the lack of funding so far, because this business has a very practical purpose for me. Some of you know that I'm disabled and I have to use a wheelchair. I have a lower spinal disorder that hit me just a few years ago, and I went gradually from using a cane to using a walker, and now I've gotten weak to the point where I have to use a wheelchair. And that causes a lot of problems when you want to be independent. You need to take yourself to your doctor's appointment, your dentist appointment. And for me, I also am a musician, as some of you might know. And I like to go to open mics, and I have gigs that I need to go to. And I always need help getting out of the car. I have a heavy electric wheelchair, and so I really can't go anywhere without someone having to be there to help me. And that's very frustrating when that part of your independence has been taken away. And so the other part of my business, I hope for the funding to help me get a handicap van so I can become more independent. But also, getting the funding helps me grow in self-development, personal development. I take classes in that, and I learn more and more how to help people. I get classes in how to run a YouTube channel, how to write more books, how to make more products for people to help you with your problems. So the funding is very important. So what I want to say is, if any of the things so far have helped you, if you felt they've really helped you or done something good for you, look in my description box below, and you can help support me through buying of my books, or you can give me some tips or donations in several ways I've listed below the description box, and I'd really appreciate that. And so every book and purchase, and there's a Patreon sign up there where I'm going to be journaling with you. Sometimes when you're journaling, you buy a journal, maybe you go through 4 or 5 lessons, and then you quit. I've done that myself. But when you have someone that does it with you, you actually can get invested in what you're doing. You meet once a week maybe and do it together. And that's what my Patreon is for. You can journal with me. And you can see my results, and you can share yours if you'd like to. And so that's pretty helpful there. And also, you'd be helping me get out of the house and take care of myself for my appointments and my gigs, open mics, and all of that. So I'd really appreciate if you'd look below in the description box. Now, I have a lot going on, and since my time and energy are precious, I made a strategic pivot in the Self-Help FAQ channel to doing podcasts lately. This format allows me to share my deeper life lessons, my own life lessons. This is in a more natural way, and it helps protect my energy. You know, pre-production and editing take the most time. You know, if you're thinking of doing a similar channel, it's what you have to do to prepare between getting an idea, brainstorming, writing about what you're going to talk about, making up maybe a script if you do it that way, or read from notes. And if you're like me and you want to fix your hair and do some makeup or look better on camera, put on something nice, maybe some jewelry. I didn't do jewelry today because I'm in a time crunch today, so I didn't do that. So anyway, the pre-production and editing take more time than anything else in this business. So by moving to audio first, I've reclaimed time for my music and my own personal growth. It's about practicing the productivity and routines that I have taught about, and boundaries as well, managing my energy rather than my time. So what's up for year 2? Well, first I will finish my current Life Lessons podcast, and I'll probably continue doing podcasting, but on different topics. Maybe I'll continue with more life lessons. I haven't decided yet, but I know I'll still do some podcasts. I found that my lived experience is the most valuable thing that I have to offer. And second, I'll be introducing recap videos. I'll take our most popular topics, like red flags and boundaries, and revisit them, maybe with new insights. Also because a lot of people need reminding, and I've got new people that maybe haven't seen those videos yet. And so I'll revisit them, maybe with new insights and specific journaling questions for you to ponder. And finally, based on the success of my journaling shorts, I'll be starting some journal with me sessions. I know a lot of people like those. And we'll sit down together and together, professional to professional, and do the hard work of self-reflection. Now, even though my journal videos had the highest ratings, the first ones, which were shorts, were about me giving away the journal for free, just to get people to be interested in the topic. So now I don't know if those people just wanted a free gift or if they really wanted to journal. It's my guess that they probably just wanted a free gift. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I have no proof yet whether I can get a lot of people interested in journaling or if it's going to be like pulling teeth. But it's something I strongly believe in, and I know a lot of other people do too. So maybe I will find the people that genuinely want to journal and get them to join me in Patreon, where we can journal together. Or I will come up with other topics with questions that we can journal with in the Journal with Me sessions, which would be free on YouTube. And so I think this will be a lot of fun to do it together. Now, I'm a strong believer in doing self-development, personal growth, and self-help for all of your life, because I believe we always have something to learn and grow from. And so that's why I made my first journal. And I have a note here for a quote. I'm not sure where it comes from, but it says, growth isn't a destination, it's a standard of living. And yes, I believe in that as well. No matter our age or our challenges, we never stop refining who we are. And so let me show you one thing from my blue journal that I just showed you a little while ago. It's in week 33. I call it Keep Learning. And there's an old Chinese proverb that says, learning is a treasure that will follow its owner everywhere. So we learn about lifetime value of the things that you learn, the adaptability of what you learn, and empowerment you get from what you learn. And the question for that lesson is, and this time it's not really a question. Well, you can answer the question, what is one thing in your life that you're grateful for learning and why? And then use online platforms to explore personal development podcasts in the areas of health, wealth, or happiness. And you can look for shows that align with your interests and goals. You can simply do a Google search, podcasts about, and whatever it is you're interested in. Write your area of interest. Make a list below. I give you a really large space to write the list in. And listen to the introductory episodes of those podcasts and choose one or more that you feel really speak to you. And listen to them during commutes or workouts or in your downtime. Make notes and list key takeaways and note any emotional reactions you had to what you learned. So happy anniversary to 1 year to Self-Help FAQ. I'm very proud that I did that. You know, I almost quit a few times because it's an awful lot of work for very little return in the first year, but I'm encouraged by others who have gone 2 or 3 years and then finally they get the kind of audience they're looking for and they get funded too. So I'm holding out hope for that. And so thank you for being part of my first year or any amount of time that you've been here. It's great to have you here, and I've loved all your comments. So if my work has added any value to you, please consider looking at the description box below the video and maybe checking out my books. I have links to them, or donating or joining a Patreon. I'd really love to see you there. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time, probably on the podcast, maybe next week. Thanks a lot. Have a good day, and I will see you next time.